Welcome to the Pinpoint Law series on YouTube, your favorite channel that breaks down complex legal things to easy understanding legal stuff. Now, today is another day the good Lord had made for you and I. And as we all know that we are in the month of Ramadan, we take this opportunity to say thank you to our Muslim friends who continue to pray and then continue to bless us in this month. Now, today, our main topic for discussion is reproductive rights in Ghana. Where do the laws stand on abortion? What you have to do is that like, subscribe, and share your comments under the comment section for us to know what you think about this topic. Your host for today is Emmanuel Lambon, a level 300 law student at the University of Professional Studies, who happens to be the Justice of the Superior Court of the UPSC Law School. And I'm here with
Muhammad Abdul Hadi.
All right, that's very fine. Please, how are you?
I'm doing very good. How about you?
I'm also fine.
Good.
From your name, I can see that you are a Muslim.
Of course, I am a Muslim and a practicing Muslim.
Oh, that means you are actually doing the. That means you are actually doing the fasting. You're also doing the fasting.
Yeah, exactly. Yes,
All
yes.
right, that's
yes,
very fine. That's cool.
Sure.
So what do you anything a brief introduction about the main topic, reproductive rights in Ghana? Where do the laws stand on abortion and everything?
Well, reproductive rights, as you have mentioned, is a very important topic. And so I would congratulate you and your crew for bringing up this important discussion. In fact, before the 20th century, issues of abortion was never a concern. But day in, day out, as society transforms and moves on, as civilization also takes place, certain topics become very, very important. One of those topics is reproductive rights, and by extension, the right to termination or the right to abortion. And so I feel that this discussion is very important, and I'd be glad if listeners could afford us the time to listen, and as you said, subscribe and give us a comment section with what they think, as we are here to discuss what the law says or what we believe the law says in Ghana about reproductive rights and what other countries are also practicing with respect to this very important topic.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mohammed. And as viewers, you guys have already heard from him. He said you should share your thoughts in the comment section so that we could get to know what you guys think about the concept of abortion in Ghana. So, Mr. Mohammed, the first question I would like to ask you is that can you elaborate on the current legal status of abortion in Ghana as outlined in the Criminal Code 1960, specifically Act 29?
All right, so before I do that, let me try to delve into the issues of abortion even before we get into what the criminal code says.
Okay.
As I intimated earlier, day in, day out, we've had issues of mortality, which specifically deals with the number of people who pass away. We are in a world where we have statistics to analyze the number of people who have passed away. Unfortunately, I can say emphatically that about 13% of mortality rate in the world is related to abortion, some relating to either safe or unsafe abortion.
Right.
And so let me commend you once again for bringing this up. But let's stick to the discussion of Ghanaian law with respect to the Criminal Offences Act. In fact, when we come to abortion, when we come to matters relating to reproductive rights and whether the woman has the right to anything, our first point of reference has to be the Criminal Offences Act. And in fact, specifically Section 58 and Section 67. In fact, this is the legal framework that, as we speak now, governs generally on the issue of abortion, the right of women, the right to termination, and what have you. And so our discussion here today is going to focus specifically on what the law says under Section 56, what the law says under Section 67, what the rights the woman possesses, the rights of the child, the unborn baby, and what the law says generally about the issues of concern.
All right, thank you very much. So, having addressed the first question, I would move straight to the second question, which says that how does Ghana's constitution, that is 1992 constitution, address the right to reproductive health and abortion?
Unfortunately, our constitution does not capture extensively the right to abortion or reproductive rights.
Okay.
I say this because the right of a woman is enunciated in Article 27 of the 1992 Constitution, and by extension, Article 28, which talks about the rights of a child or the rights of children. In fact, we cannot really limit ourselves to the Constitution. Our point of reference should be the Criminal Offences Act.
That is Act 29.
Yes, because the Constitution provides the right of a woman under Article 27, which deals with labor law issues, as we have been taught. Yes, which relates to leave, which also relates to rest period, which relates to period of lactation, and what have you. But specifically when it comes to the rights to abortion, the right to seek termination, rightful termination, then our point of reference should be the Criminal Offences Act. And as I intimated earlier, Section 58 deals with it completely. Although we can point out certain loopholes in the law. In fact, that is why this discussion has become very relevant. And we believe so well that going forward, most of our lawmakers will take this into consideration and try to fix the loopholes that we have found in our Criminal Offences Act in relation to the specific topic of abortion. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for addressing the second question, and I'll just take the third question that says that under what circumstances is abortion permitted in Ghana, such as in cases of rape, incest, or health risks?
All right. So Section 58 is very broad. Section 58(1)
of the Criminal
Offences Act, yes, which criminalizes issues of abortion.
Okay.
In fact, once you engage yourself in abortion, the law criminalizes it, and it's a second-degree felony. But when we come to safe abortion, when we all understand that terminating a pregnancy is unsafe, in fact, the law frowns upon it. But we have instances where abortion is safe, which is also found specifically under Section 58 as well. But in this particular instance, it is found under Section 58(2), which relates to issues of abortion, incest, defilement, what have you. But the issues does not really end there. Issues of consent must come to play. The fact that someone was raped, does that necessarily mean that the person is entitled to safe abortion? It's a question. It doesn't really flow when you say that this person has been defiled. But the right of the person to ask for it, that I have been defiled, I have been raped, and I want safe abortion. I want the law to classify my termination to be legal. Okay. But in a position where the person who is affected has no capacity, when I say capacity, is that the person is insane, imbecile, what have you, and the person cannot consent under capacity under contract, then we can then relate to the next of kin or the person who is the guardian to the person to state specifically that looking at the circumstances, it is safe that we allow the person to undergo abortion. So I just don't want us to limit ourselves to the point as to whether incest, rape, or defilement occurs. Okay. But specifications as to interest and want must come to play. There are instances also about where abortion can be legal, such as we're looking at the circumstance of the health of the mom and the health of the unborn child, where the doctors examine and finalizes that, look, this particular pregnancy you hold can be detrimental to your health as a woman. Then the law permits that such a woman is entitled to legal abortion conducted by a professional, not just any person. So and then as well,
you cannot go to a quack doctor for it.
No, the Section 58 still addresses that. Okay. Yes, we have to take very good note of some of these things.
So does it mean that the people who actually goes to these drugstores for abortion pills and everything is not the right way to go about?
In fact, generally, the person who goes to the drug shop is culpable. The person who engages in giving the drug without prescription is also culpable of an offense. Oh. In fact, before you can engage in safe and legal abortion, one must undergo certain treatment. There's a case of R. versus Smith. We would come to deal with that case when it comes to a doctor's right to be able to access termination of a child by someone. And so I think that a discussion would go there. But generally, let's set matters right. That safe abortion is supposed to be undertaken by a qualified, certified, and licensed medical practitioner, not any other person. So-called, what do you call it? Yes, exactly. Yes.
Thank you very much. And Mr. Mohammed, please let's take the fourth question, which says that are there any gestational limits or time frames within which the abortion is allowed in Ghana?
No. In Ghanaian jurisprudence, there is no limit as to when and how abortion is allowed in Ghana.
Okay.
Certain jurisdictions have prescribed as such. And I know that maybe you would capture such in our discussion where we would even have to juxtapose between the position in Ghana and the position outside the country. But in Ghana, generally, there is no limit as to whether or not someone can have access to safe abortion. But don't forget, among the provisions in Section 58.2, which relates to safe and legal abortion, it is possible that a woman might get pregnant. Within her first, second, and third month, she's safe. But on the fourth month, she's examined, and the doctor says that no, this pregnancy, when kept, is going to be detrimental to the person's health. Then the person can come under the umbrella to go under safe and legal abortion. We must not put that into time frame because it became eminent when the period got to the fourth month. But not to say generally that there are limits or no, generally not. Once the law is tested under Section 58 to examine whether or not such can be undergone, then of course we can go on that tangent to have abortion.
Okay.